Welcome back to WWF News. Regarding the aftermath of that police operation which took place in Genoa a few days ago involving the anti-terrorism, DGOS, and the Guardia Finanza, which raided nationally 17 locations and have seized over 8 million euro in cash. Who they arrested happens to be the president of the pro-Palestinian movement here in Italy, the leader himself. From the first three reconstructions, that money was designated for the terrorist group Hamas. Basically, he was a money laundering or funding system here in Italy for Hamas in Italy. And what the worst thing is not just that been operating for years. The evidence is there. But mind you, they're only the tip of the iceberg of this operation. There could be other further arrests. Obviously, there's going to be other investigations by the magistrates here in Italy. But it goes to show another thing, complicity of the Italian political world. The woke left, we were talking about Baldrini, L'Albanese, Battista character, who, in a certain way, they support the so-called Palestinian cause. I think there's a lot more to it than it meets the eye. It's not the fact they support what's going on down in Nick of the Woods, the genocide. We're talking about Islamic international terrorism here, mate. And there are people been saying for years, the presence of these structures, sleeping cells, the financial part, and all the organisation behind it. That's only the tip of the iceberg. The complicity of the Italian political world, the lefties, which I mentioned names so far, are they some type of sponsors or what? What type of role they play? Because being a sympathiser for these type of things, you know, is a bit like favouring this type of terrorist organisation, which is recognised throughout the Western world. This chap has even been sanctioned in America as well for certain activities of some type in America. So this chap is very international. Well, he's in prison, and I hope he stays there. Obviously, there's been other arrests, 8 arrests. Obviously, there are those who are involved in this organisation. And the problem is, they got complice. They got, what was it, supporters here. Italian politicians, like I mentioned, which probably, God knows, they knew the activity, the dark side of these people, what they've been doing. Because, you know, it only probably demonstrates when magistrates begin to investigate more deeper, because they just only touched, just scratched the surface of this phenomenon. And Islamic terrorism, fundamentalism, is different from those who don't become extremists in this religion. That's a different kettle of fish. This fundamentalism, this jihad stuff, you have to be very, very careful. Because the money which they so-called collected to help the population of Palestine in Gaza wasn't destined for the civilian population. It was designated for the terrorist groups. Weapons, ammunition, explosives, everything which they need to carry out, any attack. Could be here, could be in another part of Europe, or somewhere else in the Western world. I think this has opened up the eyes regarding the Italian authorities. This could lead probably to other police raids in other countries, because probably, you know, with Interpol, with other police forces in Europe, they work together. And obviously this, where there are a concentration of this type of population, immigrants from the Middle East or North Africa or Virginia, who preach this type of fundamentalism, surely they are there operating in the shadows, organising, conspiring to plan attacks on the local population there. And there was a remark from one of these so-called activists saying they are partisans. No, they are terrorists. There's a difference between partisans and terrorists. Partisans, whether it's in France, Yugoslavia or in Italy, they're the ones who fought against the Nazis and the fascists here in Italy. Or anywhere else there was fascism as well during the Second World War. It's a different thing. And most of these probably wokey people haven't got the foggiest idea what it's all about, World War II. What were the events which took place? Because even the business of immigrants, hosting them here, opening the floodgates, they're saying about in Europe, every year, God knows how many will pass, about 1 million of them. That is very big business, like in the United Kingdom, like here in Italy, which has always been run by controlled by lefty politicians, because most of these ONG organisations are run by them. They are members of their political party. It's all a business. It's all about making money. And it's been sponsored by an Italian trade union, the CGL, unbelievably. You know, like I said, this operation is only the tip of the iceberg. It probably leads to other things, other discoveries, or probably this could even widen to other countries in the world where there are pro-Palestinian organisations are present in the Western world, in Europe.